What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, JB.
Hey everybody. Hey really
Now
be.
this, yes. Now, y'all, we've been gone for a minute, and we have a lot to catch up on. Now we know what y'all want to talk about. We got it. We
Right.
know what the main event is, but we've missed too many episodes to not talk about some other stuff that has been happening, and we're gonna get through it quickly.
Mm-hmm.
But we definitely. What's up, Shay? Let me know if you want to come up, girl. You can come on up. Let me know if you want to come up. I'll send you the link.
Okay.
Cause Shay,
Real quick.
huh? What's up, babe?
That's a quick because I was looking at your intro and I saw Gertie from Miami. So I know all four of us, because I know Scotty's not don't watch Miami, but I know all four of us have not talked. Are we gonna do a panel for that?
You know what's funny? I was telling my people earlier. I said I gotta talk to JB today about it. I'm definitely down for a panel. I know y'all watches it, and I'm definitely down for a panel.
Okay.
So I'm down for it. I
That
mean,
tra-
we can
that
hammer
trailer,
it out.
that trailer looked so good to me. I was so happy to see Dr. Nicole in the trailer.
Yes, and I said the same thing. I said so she must have started filming and then didn't finish the season.
Yes. I'm so happy. When I tell you I was so happy, I was like, I screamed when I saw her because I love me some Dr. Nicole.
I love me some Dr. Nicole.
That is
I
my
love
girl.
Dr. Nicole because they are so unapologetically rich. Like
Right. She is
I
the
just
rich the world
love
wanted to be.
how rich they are. They are just
She,
so unapologetically rich. I'm so here for it.
so yeah, that's what I was thinking about because I was like, oh, there go Gertie, and I was like, oh, we ain't even talked about Miami yet. So I was like, okay, definitely should do a panel for that because I think Miami's gonna give. I feel like they all well for the last few seasons they've definitely been given to me personally. I don't know about everybody else, but the last few seasons of Miami have been stellar to me.
I was saying that earlier. I said people are really sleeping on Miami. The last two seasons of Miami have been better than the last two seasons of pretty much every other housewife
Mhm.
franchise. Maybe except for New Jersey. But even then, New Jersey still hasn't been that great, but definitely better than Potomac, Atlanta,
Mhm. Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills. Absolutely, it has. People really been and this. I'm definitely looking forward to that as well. Um,
I'm looking forward to meeting a new girl, Stephanie.
she rich too.
Mm-hmm. And when she beat her chest at Alexia, I was like, anybody that's going at Alexia, I'ma love you because I can't stand
Okay.
Alexia.
All right, y'all. So let's get into it. So the best way we're gonna do this because we do have so much to cover. And again, I know y'all want to really just get to the meat and potatoes of what happened the last 2 days, but we do have to. We're reviewing the show, so we do have to do the whole, the whole kit and caboodle. I'm sorry, I'm posting on Instagram I'm posting on Instagram while we talking, trying to do two things at once. Um, but what I did was I just wrote down some stories so we can
Mhm.
kind of talk about that stuff and then you at Jalen's soccer game. Okay, boo. I got you. Um so I took some notes and then we're just gonna, like I said, and a lot of it was leading up to the party anyway. A lot of
Yeah.
stuff. So and we do have some theories, or at least I have some theories. And we're gonna give ourselves a pat on the back because we were definitely right about one of the theories that we came up with, right? So we're gonna give ourselves a pat on the
Right.
back.
We were never right about that.
Okay, and we'll get to that when we get to that. We'll do the I told you so's when we get to that.
I think that one was
So
obvious, though. I think it was obvious when she started talking about it. I think that's why everybody was. I know for me and you, that's why we were able to pick up on it the way she was talking about it.
uh-huh. Okay. So we left off with Anita and this whole karaoke moment, which at least that's the last episode I think I remember when I was taking my notes.
Mhm.
It was a moment. We enjoyed it. It was
Mhm.
cute. We already knew the road we were on. We know Anita's been nostalgic. Anita's been missing singing.
Mhm.
But there is something that is stopping her that we don't quite have all of the details on yet.
Well,
How did you feel about the whole Anita? I mean, we saw a producer want to come and do like a comeback concert situation for her, but
mhm.
she is very, very reluctant. So what do you
Yeah.
think?
So I will say for me, I was happy to see. I love seeing her perform. I was like, okay, girl, you better do the damn thing. And when she started getting reluctant, I was like, what is the reluctancy? Because we saw you with Naomi on the piano. So we see you do things around the house. So what's the reluctant? Why is she so reluctant? But then this week, I was like, oh, I think it's more with that group, because she mentioned how she was with her group members. I was like, writers, get on this, cast those 2 women ASAP, bring them on the show so we can figure out that storyline, because I think that's what it is, why she's not wanting to go back to music, because she feels like, she's not good. She doesn't feel like she's a solo artist. She feels like she's a group member, right? But she didn't do her group right. And I'm wondering, what did she do to her group members that was so bad?
It's giving Berry Gordy, Diana Ross, and the Supremes for me. It's giving Beyonce, Matthew Knowles, Destiny's Child for me. It's giving very much, I dogged out my group mates to get this solo career. And now I know I did them dirty. But here is my theory. I need y'all to work with me. Y'all know I be coming up with these theories. I have been telling y'all from the beginning that I believe that Haley has a connection to these people that sure. I'm just not believing Haley. I think that Haley might be the daughter of one of her group mates. I don't know, when they brought up the group mate and the whole I did them wrong, and I said, Now, again, y'all, I'm just trying to figure out where Haley fits in, because I do not believe Haley is as innocent. I'm just this little orphan girl that found this friend beyond the gates and got close to this family and then stabbed the family in the back. I just don't think it's just that. I don't think it's her being so naive. Me and Bill just fell in love. I just think it's more to it. And I keep trying to figure out where she fits in with this family. But I honestly, my name is Andre Shannon from Atlanta, Georgia. I do not know any of the people on Beyond the Gates who was the nurse. I don't know if that's what you meant to say, because that doesn't make sense. Maybe autocorrect got you, baby, because I don't know. Are you saying you do know the lady who plays the nurse? Or you don't know? Because if you do know the lady who plays the nurse, ask her if she would do an interview, or ask her if it's okay to give us her contact information. I would love to interview Shanice. Or are you talking about Ashley? Are you talking about Shanice or Ashley?
Oh, please don't be talking about Ashley.
If you're talking about Ashley, we'll pass.
A hard pass.
That's mean as fuck.
But it's a hard pass on Ashley. If you know Shanice, I'll be happy to sit down with Shanice. But Ashley,
and Ashley, it's not personal against her. We just are not interested in her character. It is not personal. Oh God. Oh my God.
Like Ashley, nothing personal against the actress. Nothing. Anybody who watches from Beyond the Gates, nothing personal against the actress. She might be a sweet girl. We just don't like Ashley.
Right. We're just not interested in the storyline. Okay. Oh Lord, that was mean. It came out my mouth before I realized how mean it was. Okay, never mind.
We just don't
Andre, I'm not sure, baby. You said the show. We know you're talking about the show Beyond the Gates, baby. Go back and look at what you wrote. Either you wrote it wrong or you trolling. I don't know which one. I don't want to assume you trolling. I think autocorrect got you, and what you tried to say didn't quite come out. Okay. I thought Haley was going to be related. Oh, I got a theory on the homeless lady, Lala. I have a theory. Huh?
Somebody left that in my comments last week that they think, well, there's 2 theories with the homeless lady that people left in my comments. One, somebody thinks she's related to Haley. Another one, somebody think that she may be Tyrell and Samantha's biological mother.
That's what that was my theory. See, I had it in my notes. It's in my notes. But that is my theory. You might as well go ahead and talk about it. I think that's who it is. I think, because remember, I told y'all they kept talking about how hard their life was. And I said, there's a story there that they're going to, because one thing we have to remember, for those of us who do not watch soap operas, nothing is by accident. When they bring something up, it means something. It may not mean something today. It may not mean something next month, but it means something. And when both of them in separate conversations brought up how rough their childhood was, I said, we're going to get a backstory. Don't know what that backstory is yet, but we're going to get the backstory. So when we saw it, because I was thinking, why does he care about this homeless lady? And why, like the fact that they're bringing her in and they're going to have Naomi working with her, I bet you, and it'll probably be something like she cleans her up, she gets her help, and she's going to invite her to like to a Dupree family cookout or something. And it's going to be something real random. But I agree. I think that's their mother. I think that's their biological mother.
That'd be interesting. That'll be interesting to see play out, because then it'll be, what happened with her kids. Like,
and it may even turn into a battle where she might want to try to get her kids back. I mean, they're kind of older now, but maybe not get them back, but maybe have a relationship with them. And I can see Martin. I can see Martin not feeling it.
Oh God, Martin gonna lose his shit. His controlling ass.
Exactly. So I almost felt a little bit bad for Martin at the end of this, and I know that's good for me to feel bad for Martin. Y'all did some good writing, because baby, I don't have nothing for Martin.
It was that crazy bitch that made me feel bad for him, because I was like, damn, Ted, you really did that?
Yeah.
But you know what? Men and women do that, so it's not a shot.
Yeah. And the more we find out, the more I'm side-eyeing the fuck out of Ted. Okay? Because it's like, come on, Ted. Like, we'll get there, but we'll get there. Okay. So we definitely feel like there's more with this whole Anita, but she sort of opened the door. I think Anita is more afraid of whatever these skeletons that she got buried in her closet come tumbling out. But I do think we're going to see her group mates. I think eventually, that's going to be Anita's storyline. Is the group mates either are going to come? They're going to come back around, and that'll be a storyline. So I do think we're going to see that.
Absolutely.
Okay. Let's just go ahead and go on and get Vanessa and Doug out the way, because we just don't care. But we found out some things about Vanessa in this last week. So first of all, Vanessa done admitted to Nicole that she does like Joey, and that she is definitely intrigued by taking a walk on the wild side. But then we also found out that Vanessa, not only is she home with Diego, but Vanessa be going to escorts. Vanessa, girl.
Pathetic.
And Doug knows. Like, he keeps letting her know that he knows that she be sleeping around. Doug is trying to kick this gambling habit. He's acknowledged it. He's trying to kick the habit. He even went to Nicole for help. Now, Nicole ain't gonna have time to help you do shit after this, but he did acknowledge the problem, and we found out that he's been gambling his whole life. Yeah. He said he started off gambling back in the hood, helping the corner boys throw the dice in the craps game. So it's layers to Doug's situation. This isn't some new shit. It's just that he's starting to get to a point where he's in over his head.
Right. He pissed me off last week.
Vanessa is definitely for the streets. What pissed you off last week?
So last week, when that fool won at $50,000,
man,
and that dumbass told Randy to go bet on a horse, I said, nigga, I know you fucking lying to me. You random. Andre just finds this damn ticket in the bar, says your ticket. You say, no, it's not my ticket. And Andre just gives it to you. You scratch the bitch off. It got $50,000. And instead of saying, you know what, let me pay down this debt with Joey. Nah, I'm gonna go. Let me bet on this horse. No, not with $50,000. Put $100 on the damn horse.
And how much do you owe Joey? Because, I mean, I get it that Joey is in for a penny, in for a pound kind of thing. He's probably got all sorts of interest and all that stuff. But, sir, you can put a down payment on whatever you owe Joey. Like, I don't even know what you owe that man. But $50,000, I feel like will go a long way to putting a dent in with. And I know he doesn't want the money. I get that. But the fact that you took that whole $50K and put it on a... And I get it. That's what gamblers do. Like, I get it. I get it. But you're right. I'm with you on that one. Like, that was crazy as hell. You know, the other thing that was crazy is in today's world where gambling is so prevalent, why did you need to give the money to Randy?
Exactly.
Like, you could literally, there are apps that you could download on your phone. I gamble all through football season. Like, what are you doing from my phone? Like, sir.
Yeah, that shit. I was like, that's crazy to me that you put the whole $50,000 on it. Maybe put $50, $100, some small, but I guess that plays into his gambling addiction. I was like, okay, cool.
Exactly. Oh, my cousin just told me he getting Invisalign.
Oh,
I love my Invisalign.
I couldn't do it.
I like the Invisalign, and part of it, I probably should have done braces because I have been very, baby, I didn't understand the question you were asking, Andre. That's why I didn't want to assume you were trolling. I think whatever you're typing is just not, I don't understand. You said you were asking us a question. What's the question you're asking, baby? Because it sounded like you were making a statement. I don't assume you're trolling. I just didn't understand what your question was.
Yeah, I prefer braces over Invisalign. Because I don't have to worry about taking these things out of my mouth and then being responsible for putting them back in my mouth, because I would never.
Hold on, somebody's at my door, child. Let me see who at my door before I go answer it, because sometimes, oh, they just delivered something. It was a delivery. They just delivered something. I'll get it when I get off of here. Okay. Yeah, because Andre, you said something about the nurse on the show. I wasn't sure what your question was. So just type it again, baby, because I'm not assuming that you're trolling. I just don't understand the question.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this whole storyline with Joey, first of all, all that was just stupid too. And then for you going to use her job as a place to, her business. Like, there's so many other ways to launder your money. Like, hey, Harold, what's up, boo? There's just so many other ways to launder the money. I just don't understand it. So I think part of the reason why we don't like this storyline is because it's stupid. So, yeah, there's that. Next on my notes, we have the whole Chelsea with her mom and the CFO, and she decides that she is definitely going to, they did ask Danny to be the COO, CFO, whatever the O is. But she turns him down. She said that she needs to do her own thing. How you feel about Miss Danny this week?
I was actually happy that Danny said no, because I don't want Danny to be so, because when Chelsea said she was going to do her own thing and she didn't want to, do modeling or her mama manager, I was like, okay, that's good. You guys can then find your own identity, because I think so much of Danny's identity was in being a mom, being a wife, and now she can actually step back and be like, okay, what is it that Danny wants to do? And then I'm cool with it. I was happy with it because I want Danny to work with Pamela and do this modeling, and I actually want them to pick up Samantha on the way.
I definitely want her to do that. I want her to do the modeling. I love the modeling. I love that idea. I'm gonna say this though. Remember, I told you that I felt like Danny gives me very Erica Kane vibes. Remember, Erica Kane started a modeling agency. Remember, Erica was a model and then started her own modeling agency before she started her makeup, her beauty line. So I'm not saying that they're definitely copying, like, because I don't think they're trying to make her into Erica Kane, but she's definitely giving me Erica Kane vibes. She's definitely giving me Erica Kane vibes. So I'm here for that as well. But I definitely am glad that Danny decided to do her own thing, because I agree. I think she needs to find something outside of all of that. She definitely needs to find her identity outside of all of that. Her and Andre seem to be getting closer. What you think about her and Andre?
I'm here for it because it gets us away from Andre and Ashley. The less we have to see that.
We have not had any Andre and Ashley. They have not. I don't know if the writers, I don't know if our feedback is getting, because these shows are 3 months old. So they've been filming. But I'm wondering if they started getting away from that storyline, because we haven't even seen Andre down to the damn hospital doing this documentary. And I know we've been preoccupied with the party and the build up to the party, but we have not seen Andre. So I'm hoping that they're getting away from that storyline. I honestly do, because nobody cares. Nobody cares about it. Nobody wants to see it. And I'm going to be honest with you. I understand there's a whole gross factor with her dating, with her messing around with Andre. But I'm kind of liking Andre for Danny.
I am too. he reasons with Danny, right? Where because with her drinking, he's one of the people that was talking to her about it. Because one day he went over to her house, he saw that glass on her table, and she was like, "It's just water. You want to
Right.
check?" I was like, "Okay, Andre, I'm here for it. I'm
I
here
am.
for it."
And I love how Andre told her, girl, you are a bad mama jamma, and you need to
Mhm.
know that you are bad, and you need to get your happy back. You need to figure out a way to get that fire back, because I love that he spoke that into her.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And again, I know, to be honest, they need to go ahead and tell everybody they dating now while the family is preoccupied with all the rest of this bullshit going on. But you know what's going to be a problem when Danny realizes that Andre knew about the affair.
Yes, but he just found. It's not like he been knew about it. He
Yeah,
just found out.
but I don't think she's gonna make a distinction. I don't think she's gonna, because it's her sister and
Right.
she's hurt, and it's gonna bring back all of her shit with Bill.
True. The only thing
You
that I was
know.
thinking about with the whole situation with Danny this yesterday and Thursday, I was like, Danny, where's your gun? Where's your gun? Hit this bitch.
Baby,
Do
yeah,
something
now
to this
listen, now's when Danny need to go climb up in that closet.
I was like, pop this bitch.
Baby. Hey, Black Orchid, Derrick and Ashley were in the synopsis for yesterday's episode, and we did not see them. I love that. We saw them. We just was listening. We were just so preoccupied with that party. You probably didn't pay attention because they gave us the whole Derrick. Remember they were moving in together. Was that yesterday? Maybe that was Thursday. Y'all, when I tell you over the last 2 days, I have probably watched 6 episodes of Beyond the Gate. So if it wasn't yesterday, my apologies. But I know it was the last couple of episodes because we had the whole them moving in together, which, first of all, I don't care about Derrick and Ashley. But if I did care, can I say, number one, I do not like this whole, oh, my lease is up, so let's move in together bullshit. Sir, you were living in a house with however many other roommates, and you mean to tell me that you couldn't put your firefighter's money with her nurse's salary and get a damn 1-bedroom apartment? Like,
I was thinking that, like
why are y'all moving into this fucking studio apartment?
That
didn't make no sense to me. You could even go to your, and I know I'm getting too technical, y'all. I know I am, but you could even go to your apartment, the office of your apartment complex, and say, hey, do y'all have a 1-bedroom available? I want to move into a 1-bedroom. In most cases, they don't even fuck with your lease. They just say, okay, well, here's the price difference. We need you to sign a new lease and we'll carry over your security deposit. But in most cases, they don't even penalize you for that. Girl, I'm not understanding. He clearly makes enough money to pay rent somewhere else. And you clearly make enough money for a studio. Apartment. Why y'all couldn't get a bigger apartment? And why did it have to be today? You didn't know that your lease was ending with the boys. You just found out today, and you need to be out by tomorrow. And again, I know I'm getting too technical. But that was stupid.
It was,
and it was already a stupid storyline that we don't care about.
It is. It was so much. I was like, when he said, when they were talking about moving in, I said, where, into this shoebox? Because her couch is right here. Her bed is right there. What room y'all got?
Girl, you don't even you have a studio. And I agree with her. You should have put all this shit in storage. I could even see if they were saying, we're just going to stay here for 2 months while we find something else. Then you put all that shit in storage for the next 2 months. Okay? And then y'all look for something bigger. That just don't make no sense to me.
The minute that man brought that moose head, I said, you know what? Get the fuck away from me with this dumb shit. I would have told him, go home. Go to an apartment, go to a hotel, go somewhere. But you and this moose head ain't staying. Actually, you and your shit ain't moving in. The fuck? You and your shit ain't moving into my apartment. No.
Not you and this moose head ain't staying. I'm sorry. That was just the way you said it. It's just funny.
Hell no.
Yeah, I mean, again, we don't care that much about them, but if you're gonna give us a storyline, at least you should be wanting us to care. I mean, we don't, but you should be wanting us to. But I wish a Negro would ask me to move in with him just because his lease is up, sir. Right, he couldn't take all that stuff to storage at his mama house.
Some
exactly. Harold said, and it was ugly anyway.
That shit was ugly. But her furniture is just as her furniture ugly too. Because when he picked up that vase or whatever it was, I was like, yeah, that is ugly.
Right, but don't come in my house. Don't come in my house. Talking about my shit. You got a whole moose head in front of my damn door. Okay, let me tell you what you not gonna do. Okay,
yeah, you never come to my house and just try to tell me what to do. Whose name is on this?
Now, El Michelle, that would be a storyline I didn't see coming. She said, "I think Derrick is going to be abusive."
Okay.
Both of the panelists up there. Scotty. So disrespectful.
Exactly. We ain't said shit to you.
Hey, okay. Ain't nobody came and bothered you, Scotty. Shout out to Scotty by Nature in the chat.
Yeah, shout out.
Y'all know he's taking a little bit of a hiatus because he was overextending himself, and I told him to go sit his ass down somewhere. So he always is free to come up whenever he got something he want to talk about when it comes to Beyond the Gates. But that's why y'all are not seeing him, and he's in the chat being disrespectful.
I wasn't even gonna
Scotty, I would never call you that name. That is so disrespectful. I would never call you that.
I would, but I would call him a whore, but not today.
JB said I would. Right here. Me. I would. Oh Lord. Okay. I have Tomas, Bill, in the task. He
said, so we lying now.
Scotty running the streets being a hot boy. He is. Okay, Black Orchard said, I agree. Derrick will start showing his true color. Listen, that's an interesting storyline that I didn't. Now, I tell you what, if that's what they've been giving us the slow walk up to, I'm kind of here for that.
I'm still not.
Not that I want to see her get abused, but I think it'll be an interesting storyline to see how she reacts, who, she tries to hide it from her mom and her, her work, her work situation. Like I think that would be. It'll definitely give us a storyline with them. So you think that them moving in together is just the prelude to open up the door for us to get that? Derrick is possessive and jealous. Okay. So y'all are saying some stuff that I really wasn't paying attention to.
The jealousy part.
Okay. Well, yeah, we definitely knew the jealousy part.
With Andre.
We saw the jealousy part, but I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't really pay attention to it that much because we knew it was true. Like we knew Andre. Well, I knew Andre was trying to push up on Ashley, so I was like, it is coming off that he's jealous, but he kind of has reason to be. So, but I see what y'all are saying, though. I see what y'all are saying.
So El Michelle says, then Andre will play Captain Save Her. Please don't. Jesus, please don't.
But I think if Danny pushes him away because she finds out that he knew about Ted, I can see them amping up the Andre storyline. But I saw something in the previews for next week that is going to be interesting as well.
Okay.
Did you see that? That Eva knocked on Andre's door and said, I ain't had nowhere else to go. Now we know that they cousins, so I'm not saying they're gonna have them messing around, but I think that'll be an interesting alliance.
He was the only one that was being nice to her after the anniversary party.
Well, how'd she know where he lived though? Hell, ain't none of us even seen Andre's apartment. How'd she know where to go? But anyway. Okay. Oh, you thought that was Ted? Maybe it was Ted then. That was Ted. Okay, maybe it was Ted. Okay. Yeah, because Ted definitely at the hotel. Ted is definitely not at the house. Okay.
Oh,
okay. Ted is definitely not at home. We're going to get to that, y'all. I know that's what y'all want to talk about. We almost there, but we got to get through some of this other stuff because other stuff did happen, honey. Okay, Danny and Andre, we kind of already talked about them. Okay, Bill, Tomas, in this task force situation. Bill is basically holding the carrot over. Okay, that was everybody keeps telling me that was Ted. My fault, y'all. That was Ted. Okay. Bill keeps dangling this partnership over Tomas. He wants Tomas to be on that task force to let him know what's going on. Again, we knew that. Like, none of us believed that Bill was going to do the right thing by this whole task force. He wanted that lawsuit over, and it was just an added bonus that he was able to get Naomi to talk to him again.
Correct.
But we all know that that was some bullshit. But what do you think? Do you think Tomas? How deep do you think Tomas is gonna go with it?
So Tomas with him, I think Tomas is gonna go pretty far because we know Tomas is eager to climb the ladder in the company. So I think Tomas is gonna do whatever.
Thank you,
Honestly, when it
Ocean
comes to
Ranger.
Tomas gives opportunists, and I think Tomas is seeing this opportunity like, okay, if I do this for Bill, this will get me closer to being a partner with Bill. And
Okay.
so I think Tomas is gonna go the long, even though it might not be what he wants to do, but I feel like, just to climb up that ladder, he gonna do it.
Okay.
That's why I said
Yeah.
trust Tomas.
Yeah, y'all know we ain't really been feeling Tomas anyway, so I don't think I care much about it. Again, we know Bill gonna have bigger fish to fry than this task force in a few minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Baby, we gonna get to that. Bill, Haley, and this baby. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I'm confused about this whole baby situation because at first I did feel like Bill didn't want that baby and that he was kind of mad at her for even pretending like she might be pregnant. But now I'm thinking maybe Bill really is open to having a baby. Like, what do you think?
With that one is twofold. I do believe initially when Haley told Bill she thought she was pregnant, he wasn't here for because they had the conversation that they didn't want kids. But I think the more that he sat and thought about it, he was like, okay, maybe it's not a bad idea to have a kid with Haley, which I don't know why he would want a kid with her, but hey, he wants to. But I think in the beginning he didn't want one, but I think now he may want one with the little heifer. And if you do, go ahead, have one with we still know that the baby ain't gonna save that marriage because that marriage, the way you get, like my grandma used to always say, the way you get them is the way you lose them.
Absolutely. Bill wants a son, yeah. And we did find out that Bill really something is going on with Bill. It wasn't a ploy to just get Naomi to feel bad for him. We saw the hand tremors. So something is going on with Bill. You know what? It might be Parkinson's because it's definitely not a stroke. Because at first I thought maybe it was a stroke, but I think it's something, and I think he already knows what it is. But it might be Parkinson's or MS.
Yeah, it's one of those two. Because when he was with Tomas and his hands started shaking, I was like, yeah, either he got Parkinson's or he got MS. But I'm thinking it's Parkinson's because the way his hand just shakes. I mean, it kind of reminds you of Parkinson's just a little bit. Because I remember when I was a kid, there was a woman that used to work at our local grocery store. I think that woman had Parkinson's because every time you would see her at the register, her hands would shake like that, and then she would tap. That's back in the day when you had to key in stuff on the register, and her hand was shaking. As a kid, I didn't understand it. Then I was like, as I got older, I'm like, oh, I think that woman had Parkinson's.
Yeah. So, but there's definitely something going on with Bill, and I think Bill already knows what it is, which is why he blew it off with Naomi, which is why he's blown it off with Tomas. I think he knows. I think he's already been to the doctor, and he knows what's going on with him.
It wouldn't shock me because Bill keeps secrets.
Lord knows he keeps secrets. Okay. We already talked. See, y'all, we getting through these notes because we already talked about Vanessa and the escort. We already talked about Ashley and the fireman moving in together. Okay, let's get into this. Chelsea and the three-way situation. Chelsea, you are breaking the rules. Now, you get into these three ways and now we find out that she's leaning towards the girl. She's finding herself having stronger feelings for the woman, and she sort of wants to have a one-on-one with the girl. And she even went to Martin. I'm like, out of all of your family members, Martin is the one you went to?
I think it's because of Martin being gay.
Yeah, she did say because of his sexuality, but he's the most uptight.
He is. Yeah, when she said talk about threesomes, I was like, not with Martin. But then when when she started explaining it, I was like, oh, okay. You want to know more about you questioning your sexuality. Well, I don't know if she's questioning it. I think she's realizing that she likes women. She's I think with Chelsea, she's had fun with women, just here and there.
Right.
But now it's the possibility I might actually like women.
Yeah, because she says she doesn't like labels, but yeah, that's what it definitely looks like. Or it requires heart surgery and Doug has to perform. Ooh. That's interesting. That's an interesting connection.
It is.
We're gonna get to that later, but did you see how Doug was defending Ted? You think maybe Doug knew a little bit more about this?
It wouldn't shock me if he did, but it would be. Well, yes, it would, because him and Nicole are. Well, damn, with that shot, yeah, it actually would, because they all close.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think this is a disaster. I think Chelsea is setting herself up for a really bad situation. I think the husband is not going to be cool with it. I don't know. I just think this ain't gonna turn out good. I don't think this is gonna turn out
because this couple is open, right?
right.
This is an open couple, so it gives to me that they're poly. So I know, with some poly couples, it's okay, one partner can, go out, date other people, or the other one, they may not want to do that. Or in this particular instance, like with the guy, Craig, maybe he just, maybe he would be interested in it. Cause like what Martin said to Chelsea when she was like, the last time we did a threesome, it was just me and her, and Craig was just over there. And Martin was like, well, from what I've heard, most straight men like that, which that is most straight men's fantasy, two women being together.
Right.
So it might not be as bad, because I know on Monday she did say that, she doesn't do anything without her husband, and she was
Right.
just
She did say that.
So maybe it could go bad
for
for
Chelsea. She was gonna tell her husband.
Yeah. So it could go either way with Chelsea.
Hold on. Somebody just said something in the chat. I'm trying to find out what it was. Oh, El Michelle said, I don't think Doug knows, because in theory, he's known Nicole since school. You mean medical school? Because they've known each other since kids, because Doug grew up in the hood and Nicole grew up beyond the gates. So I don't think they knew each other in school, but maybe medical school. Maybe medical school. What if Doug and Nicole had a fling? Ooh.
Nicole is too good to do. I don't even think she would do that.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But you never know. You never know, honey. You never know.
It may happen with that.
But I do think Nicole judges Vanessa. I just think that's her friend. Yeah. Like, I don't think she doesn't judge her to the point of I can't be friends with you, but she definitely be judging Vanessa.
Yeah, she judges. She's like, no, that's my friend. She a hoe, but
Yeah, because that's when they had that whole conversation, and she was like, Vanessa, are you crazy right now? Like, what are you doing? Like, she definitely be having the conversation with her. But I thought Vanessa and Doug were his sweethearts, and Vanessa and Nicole went to high school together. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think Nicole and Vanessa have known each other since school, because they both grew up beyond the gates. Mm-hmm. But Doug, I think, was on the other side of town.
Yeah, Doug was in the hood.
Yeah, he said that when he grew up in the hood, helping the hustlers, throw the dice. So yeah. Okay. Next, I have the kids. Junior with Tyrell, he got a little girlfriend. I don't know what's up. I don't know, y'all. Maybe I'm just too cynical, but I'm not trusting this girl. I'm just not. I think it's a setup. I think they setting Tyrell up. Because
what did you set him up for?
I think they're setting him. I think it's gonna be like some old Carrie shit where they're setting him up to embarrass him even more. Because I don't think they're happy about the fact that his father went and snitched to the principal, and they had this whole like. I just again, I could be wrong, and I want to be wrong because she seems like a really nice girl. Mm-hmm. But I just found it real coincidental that the day of the assembly, that all of a sudden now she wants to be his friend. Like
Okay, I get it, because I thought it was cute to see her with him, and maybe
I could be wrong.
I'm gonna hope it's nothing, but if it is, we got this, and I'd be like, you know what, I was wrong.
No, but that's what. But I could listen. I can say the same thing. It could be a real thing. It could be a real thing. But it just seemed like this had been going on for weeks. And all of a sudden, the day of the assembly, now all of a sudden, oh, my friends are such jerks. And I really think that, I don't know. And again, y'all.
You just think it's too convenient.
Just be real cynical.
You think it's just too convenient that the day of the assembly,
Yeah.
he's been bullied and teased for weeks, and now you come in. Okay, I see it.
Yeah, and now you want, and now, I mean, she never. I mean, again, this the day of social media. You knew his Instagram. You could have sent him a message on Instagram. You could have gotten in touch with him before. Now, if you really, really felt like your friends were jerks and you didn't like what happened and da 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 da, and then now all of a sudden you want to play chess, girl, bye. You don't care about no
Yeah, I get it.
But I could be wrong, y'all, and I'll admit it because, like JB said, this is a living, this is living evidence. And when we're wrong, we'll say we're wrong. Audrey say Tyrell is in danger. I think there's something with the girl, but you think she'll turn on her friends in the end. I think it is a setup, but I do think she's going to genuinely start liking Tyrell. I do agree with you on that. But but right now, I'm just not
say it, I do see it now. The more you say it, I'm like, okay, now it does kind of trigger something in my brain, because the more you say, because like now I think about it, it's like, damn, they were trolling that boy because somebody took a picture of. And here's the thing. Somebody took a picture of him in his underwear, sent it to you, and now you really just coming to him and saying, I know you didn't do this. My friends are like, girl, that happened.
Yeah. I just don't. I mean, and maybe it's listen. I just feel like that's just popular mean girl 101 behavior, and but again, she could really be a nice girl that maybe just gets caught up because these are her friends. Like it could be. Listen, it could go either way. I'm just cautiously, I'm cautiously just looking at it. I'm side-eyeing it. I'm side-eyeing. She's the popular girl at school, so there's that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think of it like that. Might be. Oh, you didn't think of it like that? Yeah. He is a sweetheart, and I think that I really think that will hurt him a lot. But also, if we can add that to if this is their mother that just came into play, the homeless lady. Like, I just think it'll be a lot going on. And I already told y'all I was worried about Tyrell. I told y'all I was worried about him a couple of weeks ago with the trolling thing. He is very sensitive and sweet. I already told y'all now. But we're going to keep an eye on it. Okay. Kat, I have on my notes, Kat finds Leslie. So Kat found the apartment. Y'all...
Oh shit! That shit took me out.
Yeah,
it was when she saw that crazy bitch behind her.
Right. But wait a minute. Do you remember the part where Eva was fussing at her mama and Eva was like, "You think putting on wigs changes what you look like, but it doesn't. You look the same."
Exactly, them raggedy ass wigs. Baby, it was Kat on. I'm not trying to get too far ahead of ourselves, but when Kat yesterday said she's probably here with one of them dollar store wigs on, I said, "Girl, not the dollar store wigs,
baby."
But Team Kat, if Harold was in on the chat, Team Kat, because my girl was on it and she was right.
Baby, Kat was on it from the beginning. They all owe Kat an apology. They all owe her an apology, honey.
And Ted even said that to her.
Okay, Naomi, homeless lady, we already talked about that. See, those are all of my notes. Now we can get to what y'all want to talk about. Baby, this party.
Whew, this party was everything.
This was the best 2 episodes since this show started. Okay?
It was.
Baby, it gave me everything I wanted. I felt so bad. Listen, I felt all of the emotions. I felt bad for Eva. I felt bad for Nicole. I did feel bad for Eva because I think Eva wanted to stop it, but she didn't know how. And I understand that she could have done more, but I think we also have to take into account it's still her mother. And it was her and her mother her whole life. And her mother has been lying to her. And I mean, at the end of the day, she still has only been around these people for a couple of months versus her mother in her head for her whole life, telling her how horrible these people are, how badly they treated her, how they did this, they did that. Now, she did find out in the midst of all of the things that her mother lied to her, but she didn't know that.
Like I told you, I felt slightly bad for Eva. And the reason, which we talked about it, but I'll say it again. The reason why I don't feel 100% bad for Eva, it's because, granted, I know Eva loves her mama. I know she don't see her mama as this crazy vindictive bitch that we see, right? But you have saw some things that have question your mama. The fucking wigs. You even like to go even to go as far as to ask your mama about Laura, to be like, did you run that girl off the road? Were you the one that put something in her? Were you the reason that she had the heart attack? You know something is off with your mama at that point to ask those kind of questions, because with my mama, I would have never asked my mama, Mama, did you run somebody off the road? And my mama look at me and be like, what the fuck you just asked me? And I'd be like, girl, like, I don't feel 100. I feel bad for Eva in the sense that with yesterday, when she found out, wait a minute, mama, you told him you had an abortion and you lied to him. That was the moment where I felt bad for Eva.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I didn't feel bad for Eva because Eva had plenty of opportunity to stop this. The one time you do try to stop this, the crazy bitch locks you in the closet.
Baby, that thing, and then she took that phone out of her hand just as nice. I'm gonna tell you what I love about, because even though they don't, there's certain things that I'm side on, like when we were talking about the gambling thing. Like, you don't have to go through a third party bookie anymore. You can book your own, but there's other things that they get right that I love. I love the fact that they did not have Eva locked in that closet all damn night, right? I love the fact that she was able to bang on that door and somebody came along and got her out of there. Like, I love the fact that that wasn't like an all night storyline, right?
Right.
Because they had so many other things that were happening that they didn't need to drag that out unnecessarily. I agree that there were plenty of times that she could have stopped it. And I do think that was the moment when I really did feel sorry for Eva, because Eva wanted to stop it, and I just don't think Eva knew how. But you're right. The fact that she even thought that her mother let Laura off the road lets you know on some level your mama ain't all there. Because you're right. It would never occur to me that my mother would have physically ran somebody off the road just because the stars lined up and I happened to get a job. It just wouldn't occur to me. So you're right. The fact that she went, Mama, like, that lets you know. The fact that she knew her mama was running around town in all them different wigs, creating all of these different scenarios and stuff, you definitely know. You definitely know that. So I'm with you guys on that. I am. But I felt sorry for Eva, because I felt like Eva did not, because again, at the end of the day, all she's ever known is this woman. Like, that's it. That's all she's ever known is this woman. So I hear y'all though, but trust me, I get it. I understand what y'all are saying. I get it.
There's another problem as well.
Yeah.
So,
I even felt sorry for Ted at us. I mean, I felt all of them at some point. I was like, and when I say I felt sorry for Ted, not because, I mean, he was wrong. He had the affair, yada, yada, yada. But I felt a little bit sorry for him about how it was going down until Leslie told us about him using Martin. That's when I was like, okay, Ted, that was some dirty shit.
That was. So the other thing with Eva, why I don't feel 100% bad for Eva, it's because you saw, like, you've been working with Nicole and with Ted, and like you were trying to tell your mama, they've been nice to me. Of course they've been nice to you. Like, why would they treat you any other way? And so when you see how nice they are to you, and you see how doting he is on Kat, at this time of him thinking he only has one daughter, you would think then, well, if he treats her like this and he treats Martin like this, then why would he say, fuck me, a kid who didn't ask to be here? Like, that would have raised a lot of red flags in my brain. But, I think Eva just got so, honestly, when it comes to Eva, I feel like Eva just got so wrapped up in the bullshit lies that her mama was spilling to her for years. Because here's my other thing when it comes to Sherry, Dana, Leslie, Anna, Lulu. Man, like, I think Vernon even said it in this week's episode. She waited 20 fucking years.
Right.
Waited
now you mad.
Years. Girl, you could have got child support for the girl, if anything. This is a doctor. So
and then what I don't understand is when she said to when she was talking to Eva, and she was like, when she said she went up to talk to Martin and to talk to Vernon, and she was like, because we're gonna bleed them and then we're gonna tell it. And I'm thinking to myself, so what happened to that part of the plan? What happened to we're gonna bleed them and then we're gonna tell it? Because you can't possibly think this shit that went viral. It's everywhere. You can't possibly think they about to give you any money now.
It was Chelsea for me with this phone like this, and Naomi said, "Chelsea, put the damn phone down."
Right? Didn't you learn from the last time, girl?
But another question that I have is when it comes to Sherry, Dana, Leslie, Anna, Lulu, like you talking about the question that I have for her is, what is it that you say Eva did not get that Kat and Martin got? Like, even if you want to say she missed out on a lifestyle, she really didn't, because she's Ted's kid. She's not Nicole's kid. So Kat and Martin are Dupree's by blood. Eva's not. So what would she be missing out on? She's not a Dupree. That's kind of like my thing with Haley. Like, you wanted access to Dupree's, but you got access to Bill, not the Dupree's. I think a lot of people want access to the Dupree name,
right?
But they're not any. They're not going to be in proximity to the Dupree's.
I agree.
So I don't know what her end goal was. Like, I tweeted, I was like, "What is her end goal?" Somebody was like, "I think her end goal was just to hurt Nicole." And I was like, "That's got to be what it was," because
we found out at the end she really wants Ted, and I think that. Because you saw when she had that imaginary conversation with Nicole, she wants Ted, and the fact that she was, like you said, and that's when she was blaming Nicole for everything. I was like, wait, how did this become Nicole's fault? Mm-hmm. Like, Ted is the one that cheated on his wife. Ted is the one that left you. Ted is the one that put Bill in your, like, the fact that you found a way to blame Nicole tells me, and I think that is why she'd circle back around to Ted, because as long as she was married to that other guy, she was fine. Even though they keep saying he wasn't a great dad and he wasn't this, he wasn't that, you were fine. It was after he left you and you saw that life insurance policy wasn't going to take care of nothing, and you realized that Ted was living a good life. Now, here you come circling back around. Because I agree. Girl, where you been for 25 years? Oh, Martin is, you might as well put Martin over there with Naomi and Chelsea, because baby,
it's gonna take a long time for him to forgive his daddy.
Baby, the way he pushed that man down on that couch,
I was like, "Ooh, shit, Martin. Is this what happened with that?
Martin
whatever
did that thing?
Is this what happened in that dream sequence that we keep seeing? Because we know you done took somebody out at this point.
He done something." And they're talking a little bit more about that too, but they didn't really get too deep into it they didn't really talk more about it than what we already know. Leslie is an idiot because she knows the whole time Ted was married and she thought she was going to be promoted. Well, child, that's what the other woman always thinks, or the other man.
She's delusional as hell.
She's delusional.
You know what really pissed me off about yesterday's episode? It was Chelsea. Chelsea kind of pissed me off in this episode because, first of all, you still live streaming this. I'm like, girl, you didn't learn from your daddy's, I was about to say funeral, but your daddy's wedding. You didn't learn from that. Then when when crazy bitch rang the doorbell and she wouldn't let her in, I would have beat that whole ass.
First of all, how'd she get there? Because the whole premise of this show is being beyond the gates. How'd she get past them gates? Then again, she was already never mind. She was already behind the gates. She was at the country club. She was already behind the gates.
Like, I would have beat the brace off that hoe.
Yeah, because I don't know why she would have. I don't know. I agree. Now that's the one thing that I am missing from the Duprees, because down to the good, all my children, Erica Kane. Remember, Erica Kane had a housekeeper, honey. Erica Kane didn't answer her own phone, honey. I mean, her own door, honey. So I was a little, excuse me, y'all. I was a little surprised as well when not only did she open the door, but she let Leslie in. But girl, Leslie, your bargaining chip is gone.
It is.
Like, you should have went to them. You should have went to them before the party and did the same thing you did with Ted. Took that money and kept it moving.
Now, what I will say something nice about the crazy bitch. That dress and that
Oh, she
silk
was
press,
clean.
baby, she looked good.
Baby, she was clean. Now look, Leslie looked good. That dress, she looked better than Nicole, if you ask
She
me.
did. Baby, that silk press and that dress, she was on point. I was like,
Baby,
okay,
she looked
for a
good.
crazy bitch, you look good. I have to give it to you. But I mean, like I said, like you said, her bargaining chip is gone. So I don't know what she's going to the Dupree's for. I hope they jump her. I hope she gets jumped.
Child, they gonna get her. They are gonna
Danny,
get her.
if anybody get, if I know one person gonna get her, it's gonna be Danny. Danny gonna get revenge for her sister.
Oh, Danny gonna get her. Oh, Danny is gonna get
Well,
her.
you notice Anita had to stop her because you notice Anita had to stop Danny. I was like, now Anita, let her go. Let her tear that hoe up.
And can I tell you that I'm loving how Nicole at the end of this episode was in that with baby, she looked like she was going through. Ain't had no makeup on, had that hair pushed back. Baby, I said I'm loving it. I'm loving it because she looked like she had just got out the shower and she looked like she had been crying.
Yeah.
Baby, I was loving it. I was loving it.
You know something else that caught me off guard this week when Mona and Kat were talking, right? And Kat was like, "You've known her for years, right?" And she was like, "No, I've only known her for a couple of months." I said, "A couple of months?" And you refer no. She's like, "We met at the church."
See,
at the church. No.
but people think that just because you meet somebody at church, because they met at church, people think just because you meet somebody at church that means that they good people, child. The devil be at the church. The devil be the first one at church every Sunday, honey.
Sure do. Sure do. Because I was like, So you've only known her a couple of months and you vouching for her? I felt bad for Mona because it's like, damn, I didn't know that the bitch was this crazy and was doing all, plotting out lists. And it looked that she gave Eva when she walked out. She just looked at her like I said, y'all, I do feel bad. I slightly feel bad for Eva, but it's just, part of me just can't feel bad for Eva. I know everybody want to defend Eva, but y'all know over here with me, it is Team Cat. And my girl was vindicated in this week's episode.
Baby, when Eva, at the end, when Kat had to go back and get her purse, and she ran into Eva was like, "You were right all along." I said,
Eva was not held hostage, Harold.
Eva was held hostage. It was Stockholm syndrome. That's her mama.
Okay, I'm gonna give y'all that. Yes, her mama has lied to her, but as you get older, there's sometimes you start questioning things that, and especially with this, when she finally met Ted, to see how, especially like I said, how he treats Kat. You mean to tell me like nothing was like, okay? And here's my thing, because I saw somebody say this on Twitter yesterday. I want to understand it more if Nicole knew about the affair, if Nicole knew that Ted had a baby, then yes, get your revenge on him. But you went after an innocent person in Nicole for no reason.
But she blames Nicole because again, her goal
wants him.
Because what we realized by the end is she really wasn't trying to get revenge on Ted. She wants him back. She wants him and again, I don't even think she wants Ted because she's in love with Ted. I think she wants Ted because she thinks, going back to what you said about Haley, because she thinks Ted is going to give her that life. That when we saw that flashback when she had all them bills and all that, I think it's the access to the lifestyle that she thinks she missed out on. I don't even think it's Ted at this point.
But he gave her $50,000. Girl, pay them. Pay.
$50,000 ain't shit.
It ain't. And hell, she done already blew it on them wigs. She done blew it on them fucking wigs.
Child, she spent $20 on them wigs. Gone somewhere.
But when she was trying them wigs on in that mirror, I was like, girl, these wigs are. You know what? I think the writers did that intentionally. With this being a black soap opera and us being black people, and we know black people gonna roast a terrible wig in a heartbeat. So I think they did that intentionally.
But I also think they did it because they had to be quick wigs. Like they couldn't be no $500 wigs with a $300 install. Yeah. She was taking them off and on every other minute. So I think they had to be cheap little Party City wigs. Child, what was she gonna do? Not Kelly as the wig stylist. That's a Chasing Dallas joke. If you don't watch
Uh,
Chasing Dallas, you wouldn't get it.
Okay, yeah.
Kelly, the one that do the hair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was just catching up on
Um.
them last night.
So I think the last thing we kind of need to talk about is the bill of it all. So we
Yeah.
were right. JB and I were right when we said that Bill was the attorney that
Mm-hmm.
she talked about that ran her out of town. And we also talked about that was probably another secret that Bill had over the Duprees, well, certainly over Ted. And baby, we find out that it was true and that
Mm-hmm.
Bill was the one. Now, whatever headway he made with Naomi is gone. Now, what y'all thinking?
Especially after what was revealed. We've said this plenty of times before. We don't believe that Ted knew the depth of what Bill said to, and in the words of Trees, 5 guys, right? We don't know I don't think Ted knew what was said to her. I think what set it off was the fact that she said that man told her if she has the baby, he gonna harm her and the baby. I was like, damn,
So
Bill.
did.
And that's what's gonna fuck up both Chelsea and Naomi. So, like
Yeah,
you
because he
said,
was making a little bit of headway with Naomi, but baby, you back at square one now.
to threaten a baby, yes, sir, you fucked up. But I mean, like I said earlier, when you listen to the way that she talked about his attorney, it was obvious that it was Bill. Because I mean, which let's be real, there are other attorneys in this city, but only one of them sounds gutter and cutthroat, and that is Bill Hamilton. But then for Haley to sit there and be like, it makes, for her to reason with it, I was like, girl, wake
Yeah,
up.
I do believe Bill threatened her. I do believe Bill, strong armed her. Now, do I think she might be putting a little 20 on 10? Because listen, it is 5 guys. So she might be putting 20 on 10, but I absolutely believe that Bill threatened her.
I do
I
too.
believe that.
Girl, that don't shock me with him. But I do question now because it makes me wonder how far along her pregnancy was she, and then if he told you that you didn't think that because she said she left and went and had her baby, right? But somebody like Bill, I would think he would have followed up on her. I wonder if Bill knew that she had this baby.
I think Bill did know.
And never told Ted. Like, that's what I'm thinking now. Because did you see the look on his face when he got that text message from Naomi? You would have thought that man saw a ghost.
Yes, he did. So that's why I believe that he probably strong-armed. But he also now knows that whatever little bit of headway he was making, baby, he know he right back at square one too. Because the fact that Naomi was the one that texted him. The DNA test and the previews, yeah, that's for next week. So I guess they did have the DNA test. But again, I don't trust nothing coming from Leslie.
Me either. I trust nothing with that woman. I mean, she pretended to be a fucking nurse.
I don't believe nothing. I do not believe anything. So
anybody that would pretend to be a nurse, anybody that would pretend the shit that the extravagant shit that this woman went through, I wouldn't be surprised if she didn't change those test results.
I wouldn't be surprised either. So, in conclusion, I'm gonna say that this did not disappoint. We know we have been building up to this party for weeks, and honestly, y'all, it did not disappoint. This was beautiful. This was beautifully done. I'm here for it. I do think, again, this is a soap opera, so nothing is by accident. I do think it was a reason why Vanessa and Doug were not there at the party. I don't know why. Maybe Doug knows Leslie. Maybe Vanessa. I don't know. There's a reason. Because that was so random that she had food poisoning. That was random as fuck. So there's a reason, in my opinion, why they weren't there.
Now, I will say, I did see a theory that people are going with when it comes to Vanessa. And I was like, people think that Vanessa might be pregnant.
I wouldn't be surprised because baby, her and Diego.
And that might be who the daddy is because the damn sure ain't.
I would not be surprised to find out if Vanessa is pregnant. Now, I'm here for that. I mean, as far as a storyline, I'm here for it.
I don't know, because Diego gets on my nerves at this point.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Like
yeah, but it,
how are you jealous and you sleeping with a man? That's just like with Leslie. You upset with the wife because you slept with her husband. Like if you're gonna be a side chick, side man, y'all gotta know y'all roles.
baby, that's part of the problem now. People don't know their roles, honey. People don't know their roles. Well, you guys, we are all caught up, honey, and I'm in town for the next couple of weeks. I don't think I go back out of town. Actually, not going out of town in 2 weeks. I just forgot. But that's a girls' weekend thing. It's not a big deal. I'll be back. I mean, I'm just going Friday to Sunday, so we won't get behind like this again for a minute. But we are linked in, and this party has set up storylines for the next couple of weeks. Like we good for a minute.
Oh yeah, we
We
are.
definitely got to see how all this stuff plays out. If you guys missed the beginning of the live, JB and I did discuss the Real Housewives of Miami. We are going to we're going to do a panel. As of right now, I know it's at least me and him. But we're going to talk to Yarrell. I know he watches Miami. We're going to talk to Bell Perspective. And if neither one of them are available, we'll reach out to somebody else that does Miami. But we are definitely looking forward to Miami. Both of us will be adding it to our playlist on our respective channels. But what else you got going on, JB, that people can tune into and check out over on your channel?
Okay, so y'all, I know people are thinking I don't forgot about Chasing Dallas. I have not forgot about it, you guys. It's just been a lot that it's been a lot of stuff, so I haven't been able to catch up on Chasing. But I did watch episode 4 last night. I'm on episode 5, so I will watch episode 6 sometime to finish 5 tonight, and then 6. So the review should, and I'm not gonna do all 3 of them. I'm just gonna do episode 6 and put that up for you guys. And then Raising Kanan is back. And then we got I still got to do Love After Lockup and The Never Ever Mets, which that show is just chaotic as hell. Them people, again, them are actors. That's where I'm going with it. These are actors, and that's all I'm gonna go up with. And then y'all know we got Real Housewives of Atlanta, and that's pretty much it. And then y'all know I do Paradise. So that's pretty much all I got. Ain't a lot to talk about. And then we got this panel right here, Beyond the Gates, which I do think I'm gonna do a separate video myself just for, just a little bit to get the money from the views. But I might talk about it later today, and it might be pre-recorded, you guys. But that's all I got.
Yeah, I shout out to you. So y'all know I had something to do later on today. So I'm going to try. Hear the word try come out my mouth. I'm going to try to get something done before I leave. It is 2:00 now. I have to literally, well, I don't have to, but I'm going to try to be walking out of here no later than 5:30 to head out to my destination. So I'm going to try to get y'all something before I leave. If this is going to be Love After Lockup or Raising Kanan. Y'all know I'm behind on Raising Kanan. So what I think I'm going to do with Raising Kanan is do 2 uploads for the episodes that I'm behind and do a live for the episode that came on last night. So I am behind, you guys, but I want to get you guys that. So I'm going to try to get something before I leave. If not, we'll definitely be here all day tomorrow, chat. All day tomorrow. And of course, Real Housewives of Atlanta on Sunday evening at 9:15-ish. Monday is the Whether You Like It or Not panel. Will be at T's house on this Monday, giving you the real tea. On Tuesday, I'll be doing a legal roundup with Girl Is That Legal on my other channel. Simone Red Wine, Girl Is That Legal. We're going to be discussing all of the legal cases. Diddy's trial starts on Monday. Shannon Sharp's legal trouble, the Turkey Leg Hut, Wendy Williams, Portia Williams. We got a lot to be going to talk about on Tuesday night. Never Ever Meets tomorrow morning with Shade in the City. Lord, I'm behind on that too. And I got some stuff to say. So Shade in the City gonna have to let me cook for about 10-15 minutes. I gotta talk about the stuff that I missed. And then but we'll definitely be doing that tomorrow.
Trish, you can send me the link, and if what time are y'all going live tomorrow? Just send me the link, and if it's
because he might be
reasonable
busy.
time for me, I'll definitely do it. And that I'm busy, I just sleep in. Y'all know I'm not, so y'all do know I'm not working right now. And it's the last 2 weeks have been the most peaceful that I've had.
I understand. I do. I understand
This leave
that.
of absence has been so good for me. Like, but I still, now to comply with my leave of absence, I got to find a therapist, and then I'm going to get my primary physician to, see if I can get some medication for this anxiety and depression that I deal with. So yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Brandon. And definitely, y'all make sure y'all are supporting Beyond the Gates because CBS, they got some shit going on over there right now. So we're gonna keep positive vibes, though.
And it's black shows, and two of the shows I have not watched. I didn't watch I didn't watch the Wayne show, which I meant to watch it, but when I found
it really wasn't that good, but I tried to support it. So
okay. And then Queen Latifah's show, I was like, damn, that's been on for 5 seasons, and I've heard good things about The Equalizer.
It is good. The Equalizer is good.
I've heard good things about it, and I was like, damn, y'all canceled that. And I was like, CBS, for the love of all that is good, and wholly do not touch Beyond the Gates.
Do not.
Y'all gonna have a riot on y'all hands if y'all touch that. Okay, you say 1 p.m. That's fine. So yes, just shoot me the link, and I'll definitely come up and join you. Now y'all know I do not do Love and Marriage Detroit. I don't do that damn show. I can't. Oh, but y'all be happy because the season finale is tonight. I just saw that on
Love and Marriage Detroit.
Yes, the season finale is tonight.
You mean they made people who gave a damn wait 4 months for 3 more episodes? I know they fucking lying.
It's on OMFG Reality. The season finale is tonight.
Carlos, you know you were wrong for that shit. You know you were wrong for that.
Yeah, the season finale is tonight. So y'all probably got a 2-part reunion. So y'all almost done.
Never mind. Don't care nothing about it. Child. All right, y'all. We about to get out of here. Thank y'all so much. Thank you, JB.
You welcome.
Now don't get no trouble now. Don't get no trouble when you get off of here.
I don't know. I'm going to get some meat after this.
I know that's right. All right, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.